Hey, it's Viviana and welcome back to part 2 of my snail mail tiny print project. Yesterday, I made 22 RC prints and I have never made that many prints ever in one print session. I normally at the most make 5 to 6 prints of the same image, and that's for many reasons. One, materials are expensive. I normally work with fiber-based paper and it's much more expensive and time-consuming than working with RC paper. So there's that. And with this project, I decided to work with RC. I hope if you haven't had a chance, do check out my last video. I go into detail about this project. Then catch up with me here spotting these photographs. And spotting is nearly the last stage of making a silver gelatin print. Spotting, if it's new to you, that is making a flaw to the viewer not noticeable. Now, the biggest flaw is created by a dirty negative, either by dust or by lint, anything. Now, I try to always clean my negatives as best as possible. Most photographers do, because you don't want to spot a print. It's very tedious. And why? If you can not spot a print, the best. I unfortunately did not notice these little spots. They're not that noticeable, but I want my print to be at the best condition it can be if I'm going to sell it and put my name on it. So that's why I'm spotting these photographs. They are very difficult to actually view. You have to really be looking for the spots and or see them under a magnifying glass. But in this video, I'm going to bring you along to this side of film photography. And you don't want to leave spots on your prints visibly there. And once you start spotting your prints, you'll never ignore this step. So I hope this motivates you to start spotting your prints. And if you don't work with film or have made a silver gelatin print, I bet you've maybe seen this tool in Photoshop. Now that I use Photoshop for when I scan my negatives and have to post my photographs on my website, or when I make my zine and I have to fix my scanned photos, I really appreciate that spotting tool on Photoshop. But I don't have Photoshop. I'm the Photoshop in this video, so join me while I take care of these little minor flaws in my prints. All right, so I'll stop talking and I'll play my music and start spotting these 22 photographs. I'm using this really bad print. This is actually a great indicator that your developer is very expired. So once I change the developer batch for a newer one, look at that contrast, super rich and fantastic. That's what I aim for. So I'm using the bad print to test out my brush strokes and the intensity of the ink for when I am spotting the next 22 photographs. And if you did not watch the first part of this video series, this photograph was taken in Peru and it was shot with my Rolleiflex T. I'm using RC glossy paper. And have you seen the spot yet? Okay, here it is. This is the tiny spot, and it's not that noticeable. Maybe it took you a while, or maybe it didn't. Not sure. Now, I have another one down here below. Yep, right here. They're really tiny, and I'm showing you this under the magnifying glass. And if you ever decide to spot a photograph, I really recommend to just take your time. Do not rush the process. Spotting a photograph can be very tedious and tiresome. So my biggest advice is definitely just try to enjoy it. And Most of what you will be doing is testing out your brush strokes and the intensity of the blacks in your blend of ink with water. You want to get the perfect tone, because the last thing you want to do when spotting a photograph is actually make the spot too dark, because that would just be enhancing or, indicating the viewer that you are trying to cover up a flaw. It had been many, many years since I last spotted on glossy RC paper, and I immediately regretted making all of these tiny prints using that paper because it was very challenging. I feel like this type of paper is so much more unforgiving than any, actually. I do have to say it was a mistake of mine. I normally do not purchase glossy RC paper. I always go for the luster, but that was a mistake, and I was trying to make it not so, sucky. So I really tried to use this full box of 100 sheets the most I could for most projects, not just for my contact sheets. And this definitely proved that I can only use this paper for my contact sheets. So if I ever decide to make more tiny prints, I will not be using this paper. So that's something to take a note of, definitely. I do not want to forget this. It's the next day, and these prints, I believe, are now complete. I'm so excited to share them with you, and if you've been here throughout the whole process, thank you. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I am just so excited to share these with you. I think they're pretty special. I think they're really special, and let's check them out. You guys, welcome to my office, and we are almost at the end of this video. So thank you so much for being with me throughout this whole process. If you watched the previous videos, I hope you've enjoyed this tiny print project that will be the first in my snail mail edition. I do think I will make more of these prints, but not monthly. This truly was challenging. I did not think making such small prints would be so challenging, but it was, and I'm really grateful I did it. I'm happy I did that, but spotting 22 glossy RC prints, that was crazy. I don't know what to say about that day. It's crazy. So welcome in my office. If this is your first time here, I hope you like it. I am really happy with how it came to be. Just a couple of months ago, I started putting it together, and I have some of my silver gelatin prints displayed, my posters, some alternative process, photography, and it's just a really relaxing place. This is where I edit all my videos on my little laptop, but it brings me so much peace being here. And we're in my office and not in my dark room because my husband's music studio, it's being used, so it would have been too loud. So I brought you guys here. Hopefully Draco and Harry will not get too much in the way. So let me show you quickly. I love how these turned out. I think they're so beautiful, and I'm really happy I finally made this happen. I think down way down subconsciously, I knew this was gonna be not that easy because it wasn't. Who would have known? I mean, maybe you did. I didn't really think about it, but I had no idea tiny prints could be so much work. I did not think that. I mean, I was hoping it would be easy, but it wasn't. And you know what? It was worth it. It really was. I think it's such a beautiful print, so charming, so sweet. I love the highlights. I love the contrast. I love everything about this little print, and I'm happy to share it with you guys. So it's now available in my Etsy shop. I really encourage you guys to check it out. And this little guy will be there. I have other silver gelatin prints. I also have alternative process photographs. I have some cool merch that my husband and I have made together. He's such a great artist and graphic designer, and creating these like goofy little designs with him for other film photographers, it's so much fun. So I'm happy to share those there as well. But this little guy is there too, and I am so happy and so proud of him. And I just want to say thank you again. I truly can't tell you guys how amazing it is to share this beautiful art with you guys. Film photography brings me so much joy. I love it so, and I love sharing it with you guys. I hope it was inspiring, that it brought you joy, that it made you want to create art. It doesn't have to be film. It doesn't even have to be photography. It can be anything, any type of art. I hope you go out and make it happen, create that something special you've been wanting to do. So I hope this video was good to you. It was good to me. And I will see you next time. I definitely know I will not be making tiny prints monthly. That I don't think I don't think that would be no, I don't think I'll be making these monthly. Maybe seasonally. I can see that happening. This print will be my fall print, and I'll start thinking about my next print. But I really hope you guys liked this idea of my snail mail tiny print edition. I will be signing all of these and numbering them on the back. I will be mailing them to you from my home studio here in Mexico, and I look forward to them going to a beautiful home. If they stay here with me, I'm okay with that too. I should let go of my work sometimes, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'll be positive and hope they go to a beautiful home. So I will say goodbye now, and I have to feed. Oh, they're distracted now. They're playing on the bed. But I have to feed Draco and Harry their lunch. Poor little guys. They've been good. So until next time, we will be printing in my darkroom. I don't know why I said we. I will be printing in my darkroom. And I know I want to work with that 16 by 20 fiber-based paper. So that's what next print session will be. And I hope you will join me once again. So bye. Take care.